So now you guys are all in front of the door with Ishmael. So he looks at you and says, "This is it. We go in and we get this thing, and then it's 150,000 gold."
Let's go!
Okay, I'm going to go into the door.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys go into the door. As you pass through this doorway, you enter into what appears to be a realm that is entirely bathed in white light. There's a bunch of area that you see around you that's kind of barren, but you notice in front of you that there is one singular temple structure, and in front of it is standing two fairly tall white dragons. You see that they're both standing there, however, they are not attacking you, even though it appears that they can see you fairly clearly, since everything else in the entire realm is white. Yeah, you guys gonna try and approach these dragons?
I will.
Sure. I'm going to go.
Sure, I guess.
Oh, great beast! We beckon thee!
Okay, the two dragons kind of look at each other and then look back at you. The one on the left speaks first. "Oh, Gerald! Who are these ones? What are they doing here? What are you doing here? Would you shut the hell up? I'm trying to sleep."
Yeah,
Quiet,
lady. He's trying to sleep, man. You go back to sleep, little dragon.
You stay out of this, you little human.
Hey, get them high.
Pulls out his pipe and lights up a little and fucking blows the weed smoke in the old dragon's face.
The dragon exhales and blows the weed smoke right back at your group. You don't need to do a constitution save, so it's only 5% of the actual weed. "What are you humans doing here? You're not allowed in this realm. You get out right now before we have to kill you."
We're just looking for a place to party.
Then do it somewhere else, for God's sake. We've been uninterrupted for nearly 1,000 years, and then you show up and you stop making demands of us. Gerald, do something about this.
Why don't you sit down with us and chill, little Holmes? Don't worry about
just
it.
kind of leans up against the sleeping dragon and kind of offers his pipe to the one talking.
Yeah, I roll
just let me
charisma to convince them.
You're rolling to convince them to what?
Chill the fuck out and chill with us.
Okay, what did you
Yeah,
roll?
smoke a blizzy with us.
I rolled a 17, by the way.
Rolled a 17 to convince them to calm down. Okay, they're going to have to roll against you. Mostly the one on the left. Ooh, okay, he rolled a 1 on that. Since they did roll a 1, they're willing to partake in what you have. So, as you guys are negotiating with the dragons, Cham has been secretly preparing a sleep dart, which he is going to now throw at the dragon who is more lively, the one on the left. So basically, Cham, the way this goes is you throw the dart, and because you rolled a nat 20, you actually hit the one on the left right in the eye, which is pretty much the only spot that was going to actually stick in, because everything else on it is heavily, heavily armored. That then sinks into his eye, which does 1d4 damage, by the way, which you need to roll.
I don't like how this is going. I'm casting invisibility.
The dragon on the left also rolled to remain in their own faculties. That dragon rolled an 11, so that dragon is still in control of itself enough. It's basically going to be stunned for a turn, but this also initiates combat. Okay, so Mick is going to cast invisibility, so he is no longer going to be there. So you are now completely off because invisibility is instant. So the dragons cannot sense you, neither can your teammates. But at the same time, Cham, Vash, Raka, and Velnos, you guys are all going to have to roll initiative, as well as the somewhat sleepy dragon who is now awake after his friend begins screaming.
Start sneaking.
You're going to use a stealth roll to to stealth somewhere where you can sneak.
Yeah.
There's a problem with that because you're going to need to have basically sneak in the shadows when the entire area is bathed in white light. You're wearing black armor.
I rolled a 16.
So the other dragon rolled a 17.
I'm going to hide behind Chan.
I rolled a 17 as well.
Okay, so you're going to go first, then Gerald, the dragon on the right, then Bash, and then Raka. What did you roll for initiative?
A 12.
So Velnos, did you roll to try and sneak? Because you can still roll to try and sneak. You're probably just not going.
Do you want me to show you?
You rolled a 20.
Yes.
To sneak, then you somehow, because you basically would have rolled a 23 in that scenario, because you get a +3 to sneak because of the armor, you are able to manage to sneak to the only place where the dragons actually can't see you, which is behind them. So you are behind the dragons currently. Kane, you are invisible, so you can decide where you want to go on the battlefield in relation to the dragons. And as for the people that are actually engaging in combat, so
Okay.
Cham, you are able to go first, so you can decide who you want to attack. Again, the dragon has a dart in its eye.
Yeah, isn't that like a? Does he have like a negative to? Since he has like.
The one that has the thing in the eye is stunned for this turn right now.
Oh, that's a 17.
Okay, that will hit.
I'm going up to the one on the left.
And that's with your big weapon. You're also gonna have to roll to attack with the other one.
That's a 16.
That will also hit.
Alright, so 5d10s, 31 damage.
31 damage. Okay, so you actually cleave off that dragon's arm. So you actually knock down one of their attacks because they actually get 3 attacks per round for them. 1d6 for each claw or 2d8 for the head. So you lost one of the 1d6, and that is on the dragon on the left, who is Cecil, and he is not doing so good. Now, next is going to be Gerald, and Gerald just saw what you did. Gerald is going to roll to attack you.
And after that, I'm gonna shank Gerald in the back of the head.
Okay, so Gerald rolled a 14 for his initial attack. That will not hit you. All right, so Velnos, you're going to attack him before he has a chance to attack Cham.
Yeah. I'm rolling for the hit die.
You're not going to take any negative. You'll take like a +2 to it because it's an attack of opportunity and your attack comes back. Did you get a 20 or a 1?
Yeah, but reversed.
You got a 1?
Yeah.
Okay, as you try to attack, you trip over a stone and fall flat. This makes Gerald immediately notice you, but that also means that you are currently in the order and you are going to go right after Cham and right before Gerald the next time around. So now, Vash, it's your turn. You can choose to attack.
Okay, I'll use my flame strike on him. Oh, I got a 19.
Okay, that will hit.
Can I do it at the stunned one, actually?
Okay, so that means they're going to do 6d8 of fire damage to him.
38.
So you did 38 fire damage to the stunned dragon. So the stunned dragon is now not only actually stunned, but they are severely burned. So that's 38 damage. God, that actually knocks him down quite a bit. That knocks him. He's not doing so good. He's pretty close to death. Rocket, it goes down to you now.
All right. So the one that isn't touched, I'm going to use my crossbow, and I'm going to use one of my LSD bolts. So I'm going to aim for its eye, just like Cham did. And that's a 17.
That will hit. So that is the one. So that one now took 1d4 damage to the guy from the bolt. So you can roll for that, and then I'll roll his constitution.
And that is a 4.
Okay, so he took 4 damage directly to that eye. That eye is not usable. And he rolled a 2 for constitution. So he does not pass his constitution save. Gerald, the dragon on the right, is having a fucking meltdown. And the closest thing to him is the dragon on his left, which is Cecil, who is mostly dead. So now that we're rotating around, because he's gotten so riled up, he is going to take the first turn, but he is going to attack Cecil because he is the closest one to him. So he is going to roll to attack. So he rolls, oh god. Okay, he rolled a 19, a 15. Both of those will hit. And then for the last one, he rolled a 12, which will not hit. And he winds up doing another 10 damage to Cecil on his own. Now Cecil is also awake, but his order is going to be at the bottom of the order because he was stunned. So the next one up is going to be Cham.
Alright, then I'm going to go for the other dragon.
The one that has more health.
Oh, fuck! No!
Roll the nat 20.
It's the nat 20! And that's the 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the 7 for the other one.
Okay, so the other one will miss, but your big sword will hit.
Okay,
And that's critted, so that's going to double.
that is a 30.
So that's 60 damage to the one that doesn't have any damage to it.
Yeah.
Right? Heave that thing so hard. It's almost like one of its wings, its arm, and its tail are all gone. So he's not doing so well right now. So now it goes to you, Velnos. So you have one dragon that is extremely severely damaged and one dragon that is also severely extremely damaged, but still alive.
Me throwing my knife counts as a major or minor action?
Minor action.
Alright, I'm gonna throw the knife at one, then stab the other. Fuck it.
So you're going to aim that attack, or you're just going to chuck it?
I'm gonna chuck it.
Okay.
With full force.
So you're going to have to roll for that.
That was 10.
Okay, that is not going to have any effect because the dragon is very, very heavily armored. Now you can try and stab the other one who's in the middle of an LSD-fueled rage.
It was 19. It was almost a fucking 20.
19. Well, that will still hit. So that's good enough where it'll probably crit. Well, where it'll crit too.
I rolled a 7.
Okay, so you did a total of 14 damage to Dragon 1. So you killed Cecil. He's extremely dead. So the other one, yeah, you killed him. So you basically ran up on top of his head because he's kind of fucked up and he's a little low to the ground right now. And then you just put your rapier like right through the top of his head and just fucking iced him. So he's dead. So Cecil is dead. Gerald, however, is still very much alive. However, he did take his turn at the beginning. So Bash is now down to you.
All right, I'll just use magic missile then. Oh shit, a 19.
That will hit. 3 magic missiles. So that means you'll have 3 d4 damage plus 3. So that means you rolled a 10, so plus 3 is 13. So you did 13 damage with magic missile. You did another 13 damage to him, so he is racked back by that. He is unfortunately very, very, very damaged at this point. He's barely able to stand. He's babbling incoherently because of the LSD, and he doesn't realize that his friend is dead yet. Rocket, is now your turn.
Alright, so while he's sitting there, I guess bouncing around, well, since he doesn't notice me, can I make a sneak attack? Like a backstab?
You're going to have to do a roll to sneak around behind him, and then yes, you can do a backstab.
Roll a 12.
That is enough because one of his eyes is poked out, and he's on an LSD trip, so he doesn't really notice you all that much. So you do successfully sneak out behind him.
So I'm going to go ahead and do a backstab with the broadsword. 13.
Okay, because that's an attack of opportunity, that will hit. That's 21 damage that you're doing to the last dragon.
Yep.
Alright, so you stab him and he is dead. You stabbed him right in the butt, right in the sweet spot. So Gerald has fallen. He is dead. You have brutally murdered both of the fast-talking dragons, the fast-talking asshole white dragons.
Odin holds his bastard sword straight up in there, like, are you not entertained? Right in the turn tunnel.
I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna walk up to Odin, tap him on the sword, like, you did kill my son.
Odin stares at his sword blade, all brown and bloody.
Mick!
You can
Hey,
come out
lesbian,
now, Mick.
smell it.
Mick!
Smell.
I have returned.
Since you didn't do anything, don't get Fleetwood.
Okay, where he at?
He's on the ship still.
So Fleetwood comes in. I want him to
Hold
like
on.
start like freaking like carving up the dragons.
Kane arrives with Fleetwood, who brings his finest patch of carving knives. He looks at what you have laid out for us. Oh my goodness, dragon kid! I can't wait to get their flesh and make it into things for you.
Sweet dragon jacket.
Then I want him to for my sword.
I want a fucking white dragon jockstrap.
Oh god. Okay, so Fleetwood is going to skin the dragons while you guys continue on to get the staff. I also forgot that Ishmael was there, so I guess he didn't participate in combat either.
Well, I want to see if the dragons had anything.
The dragons themselves have nothing but their internals and stuff like that Fleetwood is going to harvest for you.
I'm gonna grab one of the hearts and I'm gonna eat the heart.
All right, you're going to have to do a strength check to cut open its chest.
That's 15.
You cut open its chest with your massive dragon sword in one single swing. You now have to roll Constitution for eating the heart.
That is a 17 again.
You do not vomit. You successfully eat the heart. You have now gained that heart's strength. Add 1 to your strength, a permanent one. You gain the strength of a white dragon by eating its heart.
Well, okay, so I guess we're gonna go in.
You continue past the dragon until you enter into the structure where you see that there is the staff sitting there on what looks like kind of a mage staff holder. It's completely white. It looks like it's made out of kind of a very old kind of tree branch, a lot like Gandalf's staff.
I'm just gonna grab it.
You go up and take the staff. Nothing happened.
So, all right, I'm gonna hold on to the staff.
Okay, you hold on to the staff and walk out with it. Ishmael sees this, says, "You have the staff." Here, he brings a carrying case over to you and opens it. He says, "Here, you put it in here for safekeeping. Carry the case with you, just so it doesn't get damaged. Now we have to go see my buyer. It's south of this town."
I'm gonna point my sword at him like, why does the buyer want this?
I didn't ask questions. He said he wanted 150,000 gold. That seemed like a pretty good price tag, even for what little soul I may have left.
Ishmael, he has a good point. Why would someone go through all this trouble to get this?
As long as he's not using it on me, I don't fucking care.
Why do you sound so frantic?
Because we have 150,000 worth of gold sitting in front of us, and I've been living in a tent for the past 3 weeks, eating deer meat from dead deers.
Ishmael, let's not be hasty. Can you describe this fella to me?
rich businessman. He's out of the Empire. You probably know him. His name is Samuel Weiss.
I think I'm gonna hold on to this.
That's fine. Just put it in the case so it doesn't get damaged. You can hold the case.
So we are giving a very powerful artifact to an Imperial.
And your point is what? We're the Thieves Guild. We operate in the Empire.
Ishmael, an oath is an oath. I took one before I joined the Thieves Guild. If you want to go through with it, go through with it, but I am not going to agree with giving an artifact that is supposedly extremely powerful to an Imperial.
So do you not want the money?
I will have to refuse the money out of principle. I am sorry, friend. I will still accompany you all, but I will not partake in this.
Okay, the more for the rest of us. Now, everybody else. I've already marked it on your helm's map. We can meet him. There is a dead drop point about 2 miles south of here, right in the center of no man's land. He'll be able to pick this up and give us our payment there. I've already arranged it.
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna hold on to the staff. I'm gonna take my sword. I'm gonna jam it through the case that he threw at me.
He put it down in front of you, and then you just cut it in half. So he kind of looks at it and says, just please do not let it get damaged. Please, I don't want to lose 150,000 gold.
I'll think about it.
You are holding my retirement plan.
As I walk past him with a freaking staff in hand.
Ishmael follows behind you, making sure to stay somewhat close and keeping an eye on the staff as you guys leave the world. As you guys step through the portal again to exit, it closes behind you and disappears. It seems that the pocket dimension may have been also connected to the staff as well.
Do you think that the dragon's power has something to do with the staff?
You're going to have to make a roll to see if your character can figure that out, but the thing is that you don't know a whole lot about magic. You probably want to ask Kane.
I roll a 16, see if I can make somewhat of a connection.
You're able to tell that it's possible that the staff has some kind of connection to warping the laws of reality, but aside from that, you really don't know how to activate it and how to control it.
Yeah, I'm going to go up to Kane, since Kane should be right there since he brought Fleetwood.
Yes, he is. He is right there. Fleetwood has also finished skinning those 2 dragons as you guys leave. He's able to get enough to upgrade your gear yet again.
So, I'm going to go up to Kane, like, what do you know of the staff?
You're going to have to roll either wisdom or intelligence.
Both.
All right, you can roll 1 for each if you want to check different things, because wisdom is from your experience, intelligence is just from what you've accumulated from books.
17 for wisdom and a 15 for intelligence.
Okay, those are both actually pretty good scores. So you remember, back when you were being trained by your master previously to become a gnome mage, you remember him talking about a magical staff that was guarded by dragons, and that staff had the ability to change and alter the shape of reality in limited forms.
So he explains this to us?
Yes, he exclaims that to you out loud.
I am a god now.
I'm gonna look at Ishmael. I'm like,
So Kane, you're able to discern that it seems to be, if it's not the same staff, it's very similar.
I'll just hold on to this, my friend. None of you know how it works.
See, here's the thing, is that it alters reality to a certain extent, but you don't necessarily know how. You'd have to fuck around with it, which basically means that Kane would have to use it, and then I would have to roll a D100 to give it a random effect.
all right, I'm gonna give it to Kane for him to test out.
We're gonna
I
summon
mean,
fucking.
sure, why
We're
not?
gonna summon fucking Cthulhu.
Okay, you give the staff to Kane. Kane, what are you going to do? Or what are you going to try to do?
Alright, let's just try it out and see what happens.
Are you going to aim it at anything specific?
At the sun.
You're going to
no.
aim it at the sun.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, you aimed it at the sun. So that is your target. So you're going to cast whatever kind of magical effect it has. So I have to roll 1d100. Alright, you rolled a 54. So Kane, the sun turns into a
beholder.
You motherfucker!
the sun has transformed into a giant beholder. Everybody roll sanity.
Oh, I'm gonna get butt fucked here.
Alright, so you roll
Mike.
that 20, so Malric, you're steadfast. Kane, you're okay. Les, you're freaking the fuck out. Alright, so you and Sham are kind of holding each other.
Malric just believes this is one of his fucking ash-induced trips.
After 1 minute, the sun then returns to normal and everything is fine.
I'm taking it away from him. Like, give me that.